Good evening, everybody. We are back tonight for round 3 of the NASCAR Throwback Series from Las Vegas tonight. Quite a bit different than what we've seen so far this season. Obviously, we've had a super speedway and we've had Phoenix, which Phoenix races unlike any other track out there. But tonight we get to the first of the cookie cutters. I've already seen some drivers getting pretty loose in practice. I think that's going to play into it quite a bit. It's going to make for an interesting night. But I think overall, I think we're in for a good race. We'll get some race info up on screen. 134 laps for these drivers tonight. 3 sets of tires on the wall. It's 79 in the air, but it's 102 on the track. Like I said, it's going to make things very, very, very greasy as we start to get through qualifying here. Like I said, I think these drivers are in for a fun time tonight. I kind of wish I was out there. I do like the way that this car races around here, so it should make things awfully fun. We had a few things fall out this week. As we left Phoenix earlier this week, Aiden Haller was your points leader after some review. Because they do a race review after every race. Unfortunately, the 99 had to give up that second place and was credited with last on the lead lap. So I'm looking for him to have some redemption here, make it to the front, and maybe put in a win. Unfortunately, these guys are stuck to 1 lap tonight. There was an issue with the race session when the original was built, and something got messed up. I'm not really sure where, but we built another session. The new session only had 1 lap of qualifying, so here we are. But I think we've got 23 drivers tonight. Should make for a good race. A lot of these guys so far, if they did good at Daytona, they didn't do great at Phoenix. If they didn't do great at Phoenix, they did great at Daytona. But the one guy who's had a solid showing so far is the 22 of JD McHaley. 2 fourth-place finishes. He comes into the race with the points lead. So we'll have to see where things fall out here. As he said he was going to try and get Joey Logano another championship. His words, not mine. No, Ron. Corn did not help. I helped. 3 of us were looking at it. And I don't know, something happened. I don't really know. But gotta get my Twitch chat up, because it's the one thing I always forget to do ever since they decided to screw things up. Or apparently we're just not gonna stream to Twitch tonight, I guess. I don't know why that's not working, but okay, I guess we're on YouTube only tonight. Not a big deal. One less thing I got to worry about. So, JD McLogano. Good God, that's a mouthful, Diggs. All right. Well, let's get our software back up, make our lives a little bit easier. So, like I said, I have a feeling a lot of these guys, you're going to see some guys drive from the back. This is the kind of place where you see a guy like Kevin Savoy pull it off on fuel savings alone. So we'll be on the lookout for that. He's probably one of the masters at it. But it'll be interesting. No competition caution rule in effect tonight, as we've got more than, I believe it was 15 drivers where our limit is at. So, Savoy gonna throw down his lap here. We'll see where this comes out at. Oh, he already threw down a lap. He went 29.974. We're going to advance here in just a second. I think everybody's qualified in. we got Michael Brock coming back to the series tonight. He took Phoenix off after some testing, decided he would just rather skip Phoenix and come to this one. So Jeff Bless in the 43. I know he's waiting to get a couple more paint schemes to throw down in. All right, so we're gonna roll this thing forward and get things moving. Like I said, 134 laps tonight. There's a lot to lot of racing to be had tonight. So we'll see how it goes. We're gonna go ahead and get our grid on screen. So Andrew Phipps going to be your Sam Green Race Designs pole sitter for the night with a 29,763. Sam Green just almost wins his own pole award, sitting on second. Missed it by 5 thousandths, or no, 5 thousandths. So very close. Double D going to come home third. Zach Korn going to put it in fourth position. Little Joe Perazzi, he's going to put it fifth. Josh Brock is sixth. Gary Freeman is seventh. JD McHaley's eighth. Gabe Griffin is ninth. Kevin Savoy's 10th. Tom Gom is 11th. Mike McHaley is 12th. Moving back a little bit further. Anthony Crowder, we're going to start 13th. Jeff Bless is 14th. Carter Nelson, 15th. Jesse Bennell, 16th. Nathan Dillard is 17th. Aiden Haller, 18th. Rodney Vest, 19th. Jacob Bowen is 20th. Dustin Haynes is 21st. Diesel Weasel, 22nd. Michael Brock is going to come home 23rd on that. Eric Cap, 24th. And that is our entire grid. I'm just going to go, because I don't have a co-host tonight. I'm going to say we have 3 cautions. First one, lap 10. And my pick for tonight, Double D. Who you guys got at home as we get our stuff ready to go racing? We can bring back the fun stuff for tonight. We'll have our crank it up segment, so we'll do that on lap 3 like we always do. For some reason, my track map doesn't want to work, so we're going to try and fix that real fast. Reload that overlay. Get our track map up. There we go. We're going to go watch Andrew Phipps take off. We are green flag racing from Las Vegas, everybody. Inside lane getting a good start there. Phipps going to lead us down into turn 1. Double D sitting right there in second. Joe Perazzi in third. Joe was pretty excited for this race. Said he figured something out during some AI races this week. We'll see if that translates in session here tonight. Everybody rolling good, though. A couple guys getting close to the wall. I imagine by lap 3, depending on how these guys are running, they may find that the things are going to get a little interesting, a little dicey by the time we get through those first few laps. But we're headed through turns 3 and 4. Double D going to take the lead right here. As we get ready to step aside. We're going to crank it up. We'll see you guys on the end of it. are still rolling. It looks like Zach Korn a little slow. Sounds like he went for a little bit of a ride, but we keep it green. Phipps has jumped back to the lead there. Double D right behind him. Sam Green sitting in third position. He's gotten around the 27 of Joe Perazzi as Gary Freeman pops the wall right there. Points leader JD McHaley, he's sitting in seventh right now. Looking to capitalize on another good run tonight as long as he can keep it out of trouble. So we got Phipps, Daly, Sam Green, Josh Brock, Joe Perazzi, Gary Freeman, JD McHaley, Kevin Savoy, Aiden Haller, Gabe Griffin. Your top 10 so far. And I see a little bit of a battle back here by the Gominator. He's got Benell to his low side. I believe that's Gabe Griffin that just passed him on the outside there. And I also see the 5 of Anthony Crownover trying to make his way up through the field. Your Daytona 500 leader there, or winner, Jacob Bowen, after a really rough week last week, trying to make his way forward and capitalize on some points. JD looking like he was going to go around Aiden there, or trying to figure out where he's making his move. Gary's really loose off at turn number 4. A couple of guys smacked the wall. Savoy up around Gary. JD looking like he's going to make his way around Gary as well and take off after Savoy. He's to the inside of Gary. I think as long as JD can hold it to the bottom and not get up. Yep, Gary's going to tag the wall there. That's going to let JD skate by. Aiden's going to go to the high side of him. And JD's got the bottom sealed off for the moment, but the side-by-side racing right now not helping these guys, that's for sure. I do believe the checking up on the bottom lane's probably helping quite a bit. So we go up. I see Josh Brock trying to get to the bottom of Sam Green. Sam having a really good run tonight. See if he can bounce back after Daytona and Phoenix. I like to say that the series starts here just because you don't have a lot in the way of tracks that take an instrumental amount of skill. I mean, Phoenix is one of those ones that, man, you can have a lot of skill, but just kind of wind up on the losing end of it, depending on how the setup is. So I mean, this is going to be the best balance I think that we see all night. Oh, as we watch Savoy get a little loose trying to get around Joe. And he does it cleanly. So the top 5 or top 6 have evened out. We'll come back by Gary for a minute here. JD in the fight of his life right now, down to 11th. As he's 3 wide through turn number 2. But still a lot of race, still a lot of things to learn. We're only 11 laps in. We'll go off the roll bar of Anthony Crownover. 3 wide right now for Crownover, and he makes it to the bottom cleanly. Crownover sitting 11th, so that means JD's up to 10th. We'll keep checking in on your championship runner there. Go off the nose for a minute. You really see what's going on out there. I feel like JD and that was the 99 car of Aiden Haller. He keeps it straight. 3 wide now for Aiden. Tom's going to go to the bottom on him. Oh, and it just keeps going for Aiden as he gets up and into the wall. There we go. We got Michael Brock coming through the field too. Our rookie of the night. He beat his dad at Daytona. Oh, Gary's loose and off the bottom. Does a hell of a job at saving it though. It's going to let JD get to 8th. Crownover looking to his inside. Check out more of the racing up front. Josh Brock hanging on in 3rd at the moment, but Kevin Savoy slow rolling to the front. Like I said, he's one of those ones you're going to want to watch out for. Double D sitting 2nd still. Oh, God, I don't even know. Was that neck code, or did he get loose? Josh Brock trying to get it back up to speed. See if we can't see. He's just trying to stay out of everybody's way. It sounds like that car's pretty hurt. Doing a good job making sure he's out of everybody's way. Phipps continues to lead. Dennis is going to hound him. Double D is all over the back of him. Josh Brock looks like he's brought it to pit road. So I'm not sure how bad that car is damaged, but not a good time for Josh Brock right now. So looking at Kevin Savoy, he's up 6 spots so far over 17 laps and just keeps rolling. So the top 4 are going to pack back up here possibly. As we move back a little bit further, we get Joe Perazzi. He's leading the battle of Benell, Crown over McHaley, and Dustin Haynes just hanging off the back there. So, oh, Benell gets loose and he saves it. What a save! I'm pretty sure JD's probably wearing brown pants by now, but wow, that was a save. Sounds like Mike McHaley got loose in 3 and 4 as he drives down pit road. Fatherball got to go a lap down after trying to save that slide. We got a few people up. We got one off. Rodney Vest is crashed. We're going to go back and take a look at that. See what happens here. Oh, Carter's loose in the corner. Carter's loose through the corner. Korn tries to stay off of him. Rodney locks it up, but I think... yep, that's what I thought. Rodney gets spun. Trying to lock it down. Wow, Korn barely makes it through. Rodney keeps it fairly clean after that contact. So... oh, Michael Brock got that too. Oh, Michael's night is done. I want to come back and take a look at that because I thought Michael was going to miss him there, and it looks like he got him right in the rear. Oops. Yep, that's a done day for Michael Brock, unfortunately, without a fast repair. That's unfortunate. So that'll take Michael out of it. But we've got everybody coming down pit road. Phipps gonna lead on. Dennis Daly gonna be second. So we'll see how everything transpires here in just a minute. I don't know if I expect some guys to take tires here. I mean, we're only 21 laps in. Pretty early for a set of tires to me. Probably just a fuel and go figure out what your tires are doing. Maybe save a set towards the end of the race here. Yep, that's what I thought. A lot of guys fuel only. Phipps, Daly, Green, Savoy all holding their positions. Joe Perazzi jumps up a couple of positions. Crown over JD, Bennell, and Haynes jumping up. Looks like Gabe Griffin might be our first person on fresh tires. I'm not really sure there. So, well, 3 wide. He ain't missed much. It's been pretty smooth sailing up until our first caution. We'll get some race recap up on screen, so you kind of got to look at the numbers. Lap 22 out of 134. Phipps is our leader. We've had 1 caution for 2 laps and only 2 lead changes, so pretty quiet night so far. 78 car Nathan Dillard's looking for a wave around, which he'll get here once we start to go 2 wide. I should send him on around. I do believe he was one of 3 that got spun down into the pits early. Josh Brock's gonna need some help too with some cautions. He's about 6 laps down. So all right, let's get our race recap off the screen. It sounds like Korn and possibly Carter Nelson pretty clean, but I do believe Rodney and Michael Brock got involved pretty hard, so all right. As we get ready to go green, Andrew Phipps leads. Dennis Daly to his outside. And we're off. About like Keith's bad joke about hair plugs. Funniest thing I've heard today. Phipps out to a pretty decent restart there. And it looks like we're going to kind of flow back into what we saw earlier, with the top 4 pretty much staying the same, except for Sam and Savoy are going to change spots here. You can see the first opening laps of these things off the hood of JD McHaley. Pretty tight racing. We see Savoy catch the wall there for just a minute, but pretty clean so far. Got a few guys moving. We'll start to see this stretch out as this run goes on. Now, there is a mix of old and fresh tires in here. So that's going to be something to be mindful of as this race goes on. Double D going to challenge Phipps for the lead. 2x2 coming off of 4. Dennis controls the bottom lane. Down across the apron he goes, but that's going to let Phipps get around him. Dennis has tried that a couple of times tonight, and it just hasn't quite worked. You know, if the bottom's working for Double D, it might pay off long run, especially with some good checkups. It could save tire. We'll see what happens, but everybody really close together right now. Oh, Aiden hard into the outside wall. Gabe collected with him. Not sure what happened there. It looks like he just got loose mid-corner. We're going to go blimp on this. He gets into the corner. I don't know if he just got back into the throttle too soon. He's trying to keep it away from Joe, and then it just hooks to the outside. And Gabe's just got nowhere to go. Gary barely makes it through. My God. I'm looking for Gary still. He's down through the grass, but I think, for the most part, he's going to be pretty safe on this. As we come back, yeah, Aiden's car's pretty much junked there. Not the way you wanted that night to end. So, what's going on, Nate? Well, that was a pretty quick caution there. I don't even know if it's worth coming down for fuel right now. Yeah, I think Aiden wins our Dale Earnhardt Award of the race tonight. You know, if I could play taps, I probably would. Yeah. Yeah, Speeder, it looked like it popped the front end pretty hard. And I do believe the motor blew on that one, so I want to come and look and see what Gabe Griffin's car is looking like. Well, at least he's got a nose back on it, so that's good. So we're rolling. He's probably going to need at least one more caution to be able to do anything. Still got a few cars. There's guys talking about things. Oh God, Rodney's car crab locking like you wouldn't believe. That thing is twisted. I wonder if we can get a good look at it as we come down pit road. Yeah, you can see he's walking sideways pretty hard. So, all right. Well, Phipps, Daly, Green, Crownover, Savoy, Bonnell, Gom, Bowen, Perazzi, and McHaley, your top 10. JD, of course. A lot of guys still in this thing. We got 19 guys on the lead lap. I do believe Fatherball's still looking for one more wave around. Let's look and see. Mover of the race so far, Jacob Bowen up 12 spots. As we get ready to go back green flag racing here. Cars are going to exit turn 4. Pace cars off. We're off. Phipps with a good restart there. And he's going to lead going down into 1. Double D going to be second. Looks like Crownover trying to make his way out and around Sam Green there. These boys really get these ARCA cars cranking, I'll tell you what. Ooh, Double D catches the wall on exit, but he stays rolling. Dennis still trying to hound Phipps. He's got Crownover underneath him. Ah, Michael, that's not what we like to see, man. I was hoping to see you give your dad a run for his money again, but we'll have to see how it goes next week. Double D into the midline. He's running like hell. Phipps continues to lead. Led, I think, all but one lap so far. But everybody pretty single-filed out as we kind of go back. Bonnell's still working his way towards the front. He's up 10 positions after an EOL to start the race. We've got Sam Green, Jacob Bowen, Tom Gom on the move. JD back up to 8th. Kevin Savoy back to 9th there. You got Gary Freeman, Dustin Haynes, Joe Perazzi, Korn, Diesel, Jeff Pless, you've got Fatherball lap down car in front of him. Nathan Dillard, Eric Kapp. We got Carter Nelson, Gabe Griffin, Mike McHaley. And where's Josh Brock at? Oh, Josh is right in the middle of all this. He's trying to drive it back towards the front. So, but battle rage is on up front. Crownover trying to make his way around Dennis. And it looks like Benell's going to go with him. Dennis up the track. I don't know if he's cooked his tires off or if he's trying to save some. You know, it doesn't hurt to slide back early. Hopefully make a run here at, excuse me, at the end of this. It's been a long last 24 hours for me here, guys. I had to work till about 5:30 this morning, so trying to bring the energy tonight, stay awake, and bring you guys the next 99 laps of this thing that Phipps continues to lead. We see Dennis has migrated to the high lane with Benell, and that might be the play at this point. These guys are 35 laps on the tires for some of them, and maybe it is time to run the high line. We see Bowen kind of riding up there as well. The Dominator looking like, ooh, they all get the wall off the exit of turn number 4. But, yeah, I think for some of these guys on older tires, I think running that high line, not necessarily the worst thing in the world, but we'll see how it plays out long run. See Korn starting to come through the pack. He's got a little bit of a group with them that they're trying to get around. Josh Brock trying to make his way back up onto the lead lap. Somebody smoked through the corner, not sure. Oh, the Dominator's slow down low. Tom getting a little loose there. Diggs, a monster is not my friend, I'll say that. We're going to go up front, though, because it looks like Anthony Crownover is going to challenge Andrew Phipps for the lead. As he goes to the inside of him, Crownover looking low. I think Phipps just knows how to control that high lane. It just seems to work for him down through the tri-oval area. So, you know, you want the low lane to work, but I think Phipps just has the better lead as Crownover tries to take a stab at him again. Crownover loose in the bottom of 3 and 4, and Phipps comes right back. I just don't know if the low lane is the place to get it done. And I think what it's doing, as we've seen with Dennis, I think it burns up that right rear, gets it too hot, and it just makes it tough to even make a charge forward. We can go back here. We'll check out your points leader, JD McHaley. He's sitting in 8th. He's just kind of riding right now. Still a lot of race left to go. He's going to do the smart thing if he follows Savoy around this place, as we've seen in years past. Well, we got a wreck. Not sure. It looks like it might have been the Dominator. Oh, God. Yep, he's sideways already. Come back here and watch. Tom gets up to the high lane, gets into the marbles. The car just starts to rotate. Oh, Cat gets him. It looks like the wheel's still attached, so it might not be as bad as we think. We'll see what to check out Tom and see. Oh God, Tom's just trying to hang on to it. I want to rear chase that and see. It looks like it got it more in the door than anything, so Tom might be okay here. We'll have to see what happens. See if we can't get a report here in a little bit, but and then I wanted to see Eric Kapp. He's got some front end damage, and it looks like that front clip might be hanging on by a hope and a prayer and maybe some bubble gum, but It doesn't look too terrible. I think that's all going to be fixable, but Diggs, I kind of expect that here, and actually we could check it off of Andrew Phipps's car. Yeah, his is pretty cambered too, so I don't think that's going to be an issue. I think it's going to be more of a toe thing, if anything. So we'll have to see. Dustin Haynes going to stay out here. Interesting call. I figured he'd at least come down and got fuel, but this is going to put him up in front of everything for the time being. Josh Brock looking for that wave around too. Fatherball making it back onto the lead lap after an early spin. So I'm sure he's pretty ecstatic right now. Yeah, no, Diggs, I get that. It does make sense. You know, it's kind of a weird setup, but you know, to keep the front end turning downward, it makes sense that it's gonna be cambered like that. But maybe Dustin's gonna pit here. Maybe he decided to pit second go around so that we could wind up at the back. I'm not real sure. Or maybe he decided after he looked in the rearview mirror, hey, all these guys came down. Maybe I should do something a little bit different here. As yeah, it looks like he's going to go down. So Andrew Phipp's going to be your leader. That means Josh Brock and Rodney Vest going to get a wave around here. So that puts Josh that much closer to the lead lap. A couple more quick cautions, and I think it's going to benefit him pretty good. Oh, Dustin Haynes missed the pit cycle the first time. So Dustin not very happy about it. I heard that over the radio just a second ago. All right. So we've got Phipps, Crownover, Bonnell, Daly, Savoy, Pless, JD, Green, Perazzi, Korn, all in your top 10. And you got Diesel Weasel, Nathan Dillard, Jacob Bowen, Carter Nelson, Gary Freeman, Mike McKaylee, Gabe Griffin, Dustin Haynes, Eric Kapp, Tom Gom, Josh Brock, and Rodney Vest, all rolling still. Tom sitting a lap down after that wreck. I think he took that lap just to fix as much as he could. Not sure how much damage that car's got. As we get ready to go back, green flag racing. Phipps out to a good start. And shocking, the top three are all in a voice chat together, so you know they're working together. What just happened to Dustin Haynes? I'm not really sure what happened to Haynes here. I don't know if he money shifted or what happened, but Andrew Phipps going to lead around here again. Dennis trying to make a comeback from fourth position. And JD's actually made it up. He's up to 6th so far. So not a bad run for him. Crownover going to try to the bottom. As he finally sealed the deal. He's on freshies, so it's very, very possible. So we've got a new leader for the first time in a while. Crownover is going to go to the lead here. We haven't talked about Anthony Crownover much this season so far. Only 3 races in. But finally getting out front, leading some laps in clean air. We saw him up front at Daytona. Let's see if he can cruise away from the pack right now. Ooh, man, Double D just swatted the wall. So Dustin Haynes now a lap down, or two, actually 3 laps down. I'm not sure if he got a black flag for something. But Double D going to challenge Phipps on the bottom side. Phipps going to pull out on him through the tri-oval area. Savoy migrating to that top lane already. I wonder if he's found something up there with some tire saving or maybe some rotation due to the marbles, but Phipps continues to hang on to second. Benell's dropped back to behind Savoy. Sam getting the wall. JD right there with him. I think a lot of these guys up front, most of them had an okay Daytona or a really bad Phoenix. Double D involved in the big one that was on the front stretch last week. I can't remember. I know obviously Phipps was involved in a couple, but you know, a lot of these guys looking for a return to form compared to weeks prior. JD kind of sitting in a really good spot, not really fighting with guys. I think that's going to pay off a little bit if we can stay green for quite a while. I mean, JD's right there with these guys. So anything is possible. He doesn't really have to worry about... Uh-oh. We'll come back here. It sounds like Pless may have been involved. Back it up just a little bit here. We'll go blimp on this. They're side by side down the back stretch. And he just kind of comes around off the nose of Josh Brock. And it looks like Pless is just going to spin flat as a pancake. He starts to come back up the track a little bit. Rodney barely misses him. Props to everybody who made it around him. Oh, Dennis going to come down pit road here. Maybe play some fuel mileage games. I'm not real sure. That'll shake some things up. Well, while we're under caution here, I'm going to step away, go grab a drink, and then we'll get ready to go once I return. All right. Well, as we get ready to go green flag racing here, Crown over Phipps, Benell, Green, Perazzi, Diesel Weasel, Daly, Savoy, Korn, and McHaley, your top 10. Some pretty interesting racing so far. I think if we can get past about 10 laps of green flag, I think it's going to make things a little more interesting, as I think guys are going to stretch out. I think we'll start to see some green flag stops maybe. Here we get to go green. We're gonna have to make sure that nobody spins here. That's gonna be a thing on this restart. We go green flag racing again. Crown over out to a really good lead right off the bat. I mean, he's 0.3 up by the time we make it in turns 1 and 2. Phipps gonna come back. They're gonna pick up Benell. And Crown over gonna lead across the line here. Double D trying to make his way back up. I kind of wonder if he hasn't taken his first set of tires for the night. He looks like he's a man on a mission so far. I see Diesel Weasel back there as well. He's up 14 positions. Crown over and Benell up 12 and 14 themselves, as Benell's going to try to take it to the inside of... Oh, no! I am not sure what happened there, but I just saw Double D around. There was a lot of people in that one. We're going to come back and look at Dennis, and we're going to blimp off of this. I'm not really sure what happened. Oh, God. Savoy to the outside gets Joe. Joe tries to pull away from him. Dennis drifts up at the same time. Dennis doesn't look too bad. Oh, Savoy got dieseled. It looks like the wheel's still connected. I'm not sure if Diesel's got a blown motor. Oh, Father Ball in this. My God, Savoy doing a great job to keep it out of the way of everybody else. I guess we'll have to see. I don't know if Diesel towed. It doesn't look like it. I think he drove it there, so that's good news. I'm looking for Double D. He's on pit road. Not a lot of damage to his car. Gabe's almost got all of his fixed. I'm sure Kevin's got a solid minute. Diesel's pretty banged up, but not terrible. Eric Cap still fixing damage from the early wreck. The Gominator as well. So we'll see how much this plays into things. That has some solid championship implications there. We'll get some race recap up as well while we're under caution. Lap 57 coming to 58. Joe Perazzi, your leader. 5 cautions for 14 laps. 3 lead changes tonight. So, So you're gonna have Joe Perazzi, JD McHaley, your top two for the restart here. JD, your championship leader, so he's looking to maximize as many points as he can when he leaves here. Got Fatherball sitting P3. That's a lot of twos up in the top four positions. I actually am gonna see about getting the points up over on my other screen really quick. Just looking at a few things. So Gabe Griffin sits third right now with Phipps fourth. So if Phipps beats JD tonight and JD has a little bit of a rough night, we could see a shakeup of the championship points. But so far, JD doing everything he can to maximize points, as I do believe the top six are the only ones that stayed out here. And Joe's off. Joe with a really good restart here. Joe off to a good lead over JD. Oh, we're 3 wide back by Phipps. That could have got hairy real quick. As we get everything sorted out, we'll go back to the front. Oh no, Fatherball's around! We're gonna go back and check that out. I think he just spins off the nose. Yeah, there's about a holy cow. Yeah, that was a bunch of net code to the left rear Fatherball there. Well, yeah, it sounds like there's an agreement that this was netcode. Fatherball saying it felt like netcode. Jesse saying it looked like netcode. Yeah, Daryl, I kind of saw the same thing there. Dustin Haynes going to get your lucky dog again. Man, he's going to be back on the lead lap almost. I think he just needs one more, and that'll get him on lead lap. So... top 10 so far: Joe Perazzi, JD McHaley, Jacob Bowen, Anthony Crown over Jesse Bennell, Sam Green, Nathan Dillard, Andrew Phipps, Gary Freeman, and Zach Korn. double up here and get ready to go back green flag racing. Well, we're just a tick under halfway. Got a couple of guys trying to catch the field still. Everybody gonna sit in or fill in. All right, Joe gonna bring us to the line again. In the restart zone. Interesting line shift there. Not sure what that was about, but Joe's going to lead down through 1 and 2. And to the bottom he goes. We got Bowen, your Daytona winner, up front finally. JD gets mired back at about 4th position. Bennell going to come through on the bottom side. I feel like the start of this race was kind of posturing, figuring out where the tire limit's at, and then figuring out exactly where you want to run. JD falling back a little bit further. A lot of these guys on fresher tires. As you see, Bennell, crown over, Phipps is in there as well, and I think Bowen's also on a fresher set of tires. So Bennell got to go to the bottom. I think that's going to let Joe. Yeah, Joe passes right back. I don't think there's grip down below that white line in the tri-oval. I just don't think that's the play there. So, yeah, we'll see how long Joe's tires can hang on compared to the freshies with crown over and Bennell. Bennell still runs side by side with Joe. And I think Crownover is going to push him right past as we get down into 3 and 4 here. JD's starting to make his way back through a little bit. Man, Bennell's trying to give him everything he's got right now, trying to make his way clear of him. Almost a 3-way battle for the lead up here. Bennell trying to get a little bit more room through the corner, using the apron to turn the car a little bit. And Bennell takes over the lead for the first time today. Joe trying to come back to the outside. Bennell going to dive it back in real deep. He just can't quite clear him as they run dead heat down the backstretch. Bennell trying to hold Joe out there, see if he'll over push the tires and heat up that right rear. I mean, you could throw a blanket over about the top 10. Bennell still running him hard from the bottom. Bennell using the apron, trying to get it to turn again. It worked for him the last time off of 4. still side by side racing up front. Crownover trying to help Benell past. We'll see how long the tires last before one of them gives. Jesse using the side draft on the side of that car to pull him back. Still side by side as we get ready to cross the line. It was Joe's the last time by. Remember, Benell's on fresher tires than Joe, so the question becomes, where does the heat start to get to him? And Jesse is figuring out how the side draft on this car works quite well. And he's getting the car to rotate really nicely, but at what cost to that right rear? Kind of want to go on board the nose of Crownover, see what we're seeing here. As Benell clears him, as we switch cameras and Phipps comes through. I kind of wonder if Jesse pressured Joe just long enough. Yep, and it looks like that right rear is starting to get hot, and we're starting to see some fade out of that car. As Phipps clears him now. 3 wide for JD. JD, I think, doing the smart thing, backing out of it, letting the fight kind of happen. Josh Brock pitting. He took a couple of waiver rounds there, so I'm sure he's a little light on the fuel. Crownover looking for a way around Perazzi at this point. Joe gonna dive it to the bottom, see if he can't get to Phipps. It caused a checkup right there. He's not gonna have him near the drive off. Top 3 are getting a little bit of a breakaway. Crownover going to try and pull back to him. You see Sam Green back there in the 14 trying to drive it forward. Come back just a little bit further. He's trying to get around Jacob Bowen. Oh, Joe's loose. Dennis tried to avoid. Dennis down through the pits to try to miss Joe there. So Joe's still live. We stay green flag. As Jesse Benell is up about 0.4. Phipps sits second. Crownover is fourth. Sam Green up to fourth. Jacob Bowen fifth. JD McKaylee sitting in sixth. Corn starting to bounce back finally after that spin early on. We'll see if he can grab the draft to JD and maybe pull forward a little bit more. Gabe's starting to recover a little bit. We're up to P8. Gary's running 9th. Fatherball sitting in 10th. With looks like Carter, Nathan Dillard, Diesel Weasel, Jeff Pless all in that group. The 3-car of Dustin Haynes. He's looking for one more wave around here. So we go back to the front. Wow, the top 6 have checked out on Corn even. Benell still leads, but these guys are starting to bunch back up. But But you got Benell, Phipps, and Crownover, who I guarantee are going to work together in any way that they can until about the last 5, and then it's on. But you got JD just hanging off the back of this pack a little bit. A couple of these guys definitely looking for a caution of some type soon. I'm actually kind of surprised that Joe being sideways didn't throw a caution. I mean, that was just kind of wild. Got the lap car of Eric Kapp running the bottom. He's still got quite a bit of nose damage, which is definitely not ideal here. Benell going to try and make his way around him clean. Kapp going to hold the bottom. I'm sure we'll see him kind of lift out a little bit just to let these guys go. I think a lot of these guys are starting to feel the effects of the tires. It sounded like Sam was playing Tokyo Drift through 3 and 4, trying to get the car back underneath him. Let's actually check. We're going to go to last lap time, and I'm just kind of curious. Right in about the 30.8s, and if we go to best, I mean, we're a full second off of that pace. So, yeah, a huge drop off in lap times so far as we go back to the gap. Like I said, I think JD's sitting in about the best spot right now, because if somebody pops the wall or something, you can kind of capitalize. Sam getting loose there, that's not going to help JD's cause. And Tom says the track bar is not helping him as Benell drifts 1 and 2 there. That's going to let JD and them guys catch up. Phipps going to go to the inside down. Lead change happens right down in the bottom of turns 3 and 4. So Phipps going to lead off the corner. Benell going to fall in behind him. And that's going to let JD creep in just a little bit more, as the jockeying for position in the side draft really affects the cars, slows them down. So, you know, JD not having to check up for it. Oh, Benell's loose. He saves it. Top 4 still jockeying around. Phipps starting to pull out a little bit. Got JD and Sam trying to catch back up. I kind of wonder if Joe being on pit road, if it didn't get super duper loose. Phipps leads across the line. Benell's still trying to come back to him. I kind of have to wonder if being out in front, kind of like in an 87 at a super speedway, if we're not seeing the car loosen up because of aero. So Joe's out there on fresh tires and fuel. Oh, we got, I think corn's in the grass. Nope, we got a yellow flag. I see corns in this, but I'm not really sure what happened. So, oh God, corn hits the apron. The car goes loose. Oh, it was Tom. That's what it was. It was Tom. Oh. Yeah, Tom gets loose, locks it up. Gabe turns and avoids him. Tom gets the outside wall just a little bit. Oh, God, then it shoots back down across the track. Well, that's never a good thing, as he's got an entire group of people barreling at him. Everybody doing a great job avoiding. That was wild. So we'll see how this plays out here. That's unfortunately with pit stops and everything, that's going to screw Joe really quick here, unless he stays out, takes a wave around, which I think would probably be the best idea. Because Joe's 2 laps down. And then you've got Dustin Haynes, who is a lap down. So Dustin's going to be your lucky dog. I do believe Joe stayed out, so that'll give Joe the wave around. That'll give Rodney a wave around. And I think Josh Brock as well. Could be wrong. Yep, Josh Brock going to stay out as well, so that'll give him a wave around. A lot of these guys start to make their way back to lead lap contention. Dustin Haynes is on the lead lap. So the next time we get a caution, it'll be a fight between Eric Cap and Joe for a lucky dog there. So we'll have to see how much damage Eric Cap gets fixed. So Andrew Phipps going to lead out of pit road. Oh, no. No, Bowen got a speeding penalty. He's headed to the back. Josh Brock going to come down this time. So, Joe and Rodney Vest going to get a wave around here. All right, so Phipps, Bennell, Crownover, McHaley, Green, Korn, Griffin, Freeman, Daly, and the other McHaley, Fatherball, all in the top 10. Yeah, so Joe and Eric Cap are going to be fighting it out for the lucky dog. As long as one of them doesn't get into the other one, it'll be interesting to find out where this kind of plays out. Although Eric Cap still got quite a bit of front end damage, and I do believe that Joe is squeaky clean. So we'll see how this rolls out. Next week, we get to see some pink out there, though, as next week is our breast cancer awareness race for this league. And we'll talk about something else breast cancer awareness related on the next caution as we get ready to take the green here. And we're off through 92 laps. It's going to be 93 right here. Let's see if these guys can run it down to the end. What do you think? So you got Phipps, Crownover, Bennell, your top 3 all single filed out. JD and Sam going to come from behind them, see if they can't start moving through the field. JD been right there all night, just trying to dig away and see if he can't get some points. John, unfortunately, the league signups closed at the start of the season, just due to the amount of drivers that they wound up having. and issues with drivers joining mid-season, so they decided or elected to close off signups for this season. So probably won't see anything until about March time when this league looks to open back up. As Gary gets the wall there, we start to see a 3-wide situation. Hearing Dennis over the radio too, he's chasing JD at the moment. It sounds like he was driving an absolute wrecked bucket here for the last so many laps, as there's a lot of damage to that car. Seems to be a handful. No problem, John. Sam starting to kind of stack up that bottom lane. Corn looking for a way around. JD trying to get ahead of him as well, as Phipps continues to lead across the start-finish line. We're going to go back to the battle with JD and Sam, 2 wide. JD going to clear Sam. Sam going to slot up in front of Dennis there. As we got a battle for the lead going on with Crownover trying to battle Phipps here for the lead. And I do believe Crownover is going to take it this time. He finally gets that bottom lane to work. It took forever, but he finally pulled it off. And he's the first one that we've seen pull it off successfully tonight across the tri-oval. And now we're starting to see Phipps battle with Benell, which is going to let Crownover check out just a little bit. Phipps going to fall victim to Benell. Benell going to take off. Dennis looking for a way around Benell now. I'm not really sure what happened to the 48. Man, there is a tight pack back here with JD, Dennis, Corn. I mean, just a ton of people trying to battle it out as Benell tries to go for the lead right now. And we're almost 2x2 racing all the way around this place. Benell controlling both lanes at the moment. He can kind of drive wherever he wants. Gary gets the wall. And right now you've got to decide, do I go for it or do I focus? We're still going to have about 34 laps left, and I'm not sure if these guys are going to have to pit at least one more time. Keep in mind we run 75% fuel in this league. So that may come into play here, especially as this group gets tighter and tighter and tighter. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if we see at least one more caution out of this thing before we end. A couple of cars up in the wall on entry into one. We stay green, though. Joe a little bit off this pack, and I don't think that's the worst thing in the world, as he's hoping for a lucky dog here. My God. Benell still continues to lead Phipps and Crownover, and they keep trading back and forth on position. Dennis hoping to get that number 16 car to a win at some point this season. He's been very close very many times before. Still 2x2 behind Benell. Oh, as they start to get a little touchy back there. JD and Phipps getting into it. Coming through the trial. Well, I don't know if one thought one was below the line or what, but JD gonna have the run on Phipps coming off the corner. He's got Corn pushing away. We'll see if Benell can hang on the entire time. Corn gonna move it up the track a little bit. Oh, Fatherball and Bowen into it. Fatherball around. Caution's out. Let's see what happened back here. I'm not sure if this was netcode again. Nope, that was straight contact. I don't know if Fatherball got tight. Around goes Fatherball. See if Mike's got them locked right down. And yeah, it looks like just a spin, so that's not the worst thing in the world. I think we're good at the moment. We'll get some race info up. Lap 104, Benell leads 8 cautions for 22 laps, 13 lead changes. I'm pretty sure Double D wanted to see that caution because I'm pretty sure he's going to try and fix some damage here, but all right. Well, I said we were going to talk about other pink things going on this week. Robin's got her Tata Dega 250 that comes up on Saturday night. We'll be live here for that. You're not going to want to miss it. I have seen a lot of paint schemes so far this week. And I'll tell you what, I am amazed at the turnout. And that's where everybody watching is going to play a part in all of this. There is a paint contest, and it will be voted on. I'll probably throw it up over in my Discord, so that way everybody can vote. But there's a lot of guys showing out for Saturday night's festivities. Payouts to first, second, and third. And we also have a QR code I'll have up during the broadcast. All that money going straight to the Susan G. Komen Foundation. The goal is to hit $1,000. That's the goal. It sounds like I've had a lot of drivers already offer up their winnings if they win it, which is really, really cool. We're also going to do a payout for best paint. And just some of the things I've seen so far this week, guys, you're not going to be disappointed. We're going to have a sea of pink on the track this weekend, which will be absolutely cool. If you want to get in a race, it's $20 to enter. You just got to go over to Robin's Discord, and I can plop that link. Or actually, you go to my Discord, and all the stuff is in the hosted section, and that'll get you in there. So, but should be a good time. So we'll have, the Robin's breast cancer awareness race on Saturday, and then we'll be back here with these guys next Wednesday at Atlanta, I do believe, for their breast cancer race. So that'll be kind of cool. Keith, who knows? You might see that. I can confirm that Robin got over 30 entries and her hair is pink. We'll have that on stream on Saturday as well. She did say if everybody if we hit 30 entries, she would dye her hair pink. We did that Sunday night or Monday night. So, which was an absolute mess, but all right, well, we're going to get this thing back under green. Jesse Benell going to be your leader here. Anthony Crownover going to be second. JD, Korn, Nelson, Griffin, Bowen, Weasel, Phipps, Pless, all in the top 10. Pace car is going to duck off out of 4 here, and we're going to go back racing. See if we can't finish the last of this race up if we can't do it under green. Benell with a really good restart there. It's going to let Crownover drift underneath. JD with a good restart as well. That puts him into third. See if these guys can't get in line, break away, and see if they can't outrun the field with 28 laps to go. I do believe Phipps put on some new shoes, so that's got him back in the field. That may play out quite well if he used his last set already. We get a caution, and these guys up front decide, hey, I'm going to put some new tires on. It may not pay off for them very well. We'll have to see. But But Benell and Crownover getting a little bit of a gap over JD. Not sure if he just messed up a turn or if we're seeing tire wear on that Pennzoil car. But everybody running real tight together still. Bowen trying to make it back up. He swats the wall. Diesel swats the wall. A lot of guys in the back swatted the wall. I know talking to Dennis, it sounded like doing aero blocking in the corner with this car really, really upsets the run it has through the corner. Top three pretty much single filed out. Corn is loose as a goose with Gabe all over the back of him. Oh, and we got a wreck in the back. Tom crashed hard. I gotta come back and look at this. It sounds like Tom's not even sure what happened. I'm not sure. Tom just gets loose. Oh, God. Gary gets into it. That's a rough one. That is a rough one. Well, that went the window for trying to go green to the end. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, Diggs. Keith, you tell him that. We'll see how many people come down pit road this time, if they're going to take that last set of tires or what they're going to do. Corn's going to come down. Bowen. I think I saw Carter, Jeff Pless, Diesel's coming down, Savoy, Cap, Gary. Tom, I think, is donezo. We'll have to take a look. Yeah, Tom's dead. Joe gonna get the lucky dog here. So I'll put him back on the lead lap. You know the weather's starting to change in Michigan when I can leave my window open and it makes the room cooler than if I leave it shut. This computer build, she's cooler than it was before because now we've got a 3-fan radiator, but still gets the room a little hot if we leave the door shut. Oh man. Well, we've got 112 laps in the books here, so we're gonna go green with about 114 in the books. So we'll have a 20-lap shootout. Benell currently leads. 9 cautions for 26 caution laps. 13 lead changes. Diggs, it was a little bit warmer, especially when I put the i9 in. I don't think that the 2-fan setup could cool the i9 quite as well as I'd like to have had it. Right now, just kind of looking at the box because I've got color-coded fans and everything now. The only thing hot is the RAM, and it's not crazy. It's bouncing right around that 60 Celsius mark. So. But based on the fans and everything, processor's nice and cool. It's in a 40 to 60 range. So pretty happy so far. Graphics card as well. But at some point though, we get that 5090, it's gonna going to change a lot of things, I think. I think it's going to make it way warm in here. But back to the race, and Jesse Bennell's going to be your leader. Crownover going to start second. Gabe Griffin is third. JD McHaley fourth. Dennis Daly fifth. Andrew Phipps is sixth. Dustin Haynes seventh. Sam Green is eighth. Mike McHaley's ninth. And Nathan Dillard in 10th. Oh, I'm solid state, liquid cooled, all that fun stuff. But yeah, this just gets warm. And I'm really happy with the new case, though. It looks really cool. As we get ready to go green. And we're off. 21 laps as we cross the start-finish line. Single file for the top three again. Dennis trying to make his way up front with a car that the left rear has definitely met that outside retaining wall. Bennell gonna hold, try to play a little bit of aero games up front and keep everybody behind him as we get ready to go 20 to go here across the line. Dennis gonna get to the bottom side of JD. We'll see if he can capitalize on that. And Crownover going to try to get to the bottom of Bennell here. Down the back stretch. JD as close as he can get to Crownover. Ooh, Phipps gets into the 17. Wow. That could have been bad. We keep rolling. JD gonna fall back to fourth here. Remember, Phipps is on fresh tires. He pitted earlier, so we're gonna see how this plays into things. If he can make a run around Crownover and Bennell. Bennell going to cut the bottom. Dennis is looking to go to second place. He's to the bottom of Crownover. He just needs the run to get by him. Crownover going to come back to the bottom. I kind of wonder if that damage on Dennis's car isn't helping a little bit. Because Dennis is just carving the bottom. Holy moly. Down across the white line, Dennis goes back up. He's trying to get Bennell's draft through the corner. Phipps has made his way around Crownover at this point. Phipps to the outside, Bennell's on the inside. I think Phipps is going to get him here in just a second. Phipps to the lead. Double D is just hounding. We got Rodney slow on the bottom. Double D back to fourth. Hopefully Dennis doesn't start to fade. I'm starting to see Sam Green come around Double D, so I don't know if he used his tires too early or if they just got too hot. But yeah, Dennis gets it to the bottom. Like Gary said, he just holds it. So Dennis falling off a little bit more. Sam up into fourth. JD back to about seventh now. Actually, yeah, JD's back to seventh. Dennis trying to cut that tri-oval again. 3 wide down into 1. Dennis on the bottom. That's going to let these two slip away. This is not what Dennis wants right now. Golly, there's a whole lot of action going on behind these two. We're actually going to move back so we can cover it just a little bit better. Sam's put himself into third position. So he's around crown over. Now Dennis has just got to try to get around him, or otherwise I think Bowen's going to make it. Oh, Bowen's around Dennis. Dennis going to try to go to the high lane with Bowen and see if he can't do something there. Carry a little more speed, maybe, see if he can't get around crown over. Bowen side by side with crown over. And it looks like the high lane might start to prevail here. As it looks like everybody's kind of drifting towards the top as we see the battle for the lead. Benell going to try to go after Phipps. We've got 11 to go when we hit the line. You're going to want to start making your moves sooner rather than later. We do have 2 green-white checkers, but hopefully we don't have to use them. And just like that, Benell slipped back to 4th. Sam Green trying to get a win. He hasn't gotten one yet in this series, but he's got a good shot at it today. It's amazing the amount that we've seen guys up front. We see JD floating back. We see other guys coming to the front, like Dennis with his damaged race car. As Dennis gets the wall there, a lot of back and forth. Whoa, and there was some neck coat back by JD. I got Gabe Griffin crashed, and the yellow flag's out. That's going to change some things. That's going to change a lot of things. I got to come back here and see what happened with Gabe. I think he just gets loose. Yeah, Gabe gets loose in the middle of the corner. I'm not sure where the caution came from, because I don't see anybody behind Gabe. Oh. Uh-oh. Yep, Gabe's going to knock the front end clean off of it. And then it's going to spin around. Is there another car coming? I mean, it's kind of a late caution, because Eric's going to come through 3 and 4. Oh, yep, that's going to draw your caution right there, because Eric's there. Gabe's down in the tri-oval, so that's what brought that out. But yeah, this is going to change some guys' strategies, I do believe. Or maybe not. Benell's going to come in. Crownover's going to come in. I think you're going to see a lot of guys come in here. I really do. 10 cautions, 28 caution laps, 14 lead changes so far tonight. So we're going to have like it's going to be a shootout, really, by the time we get this thing back going, so. All right. Gary is calling whoever can run the boards in 1 and 2 is going to be the guy that can wind up winning this thing. And he may not be wrong. The big question is, do we finish this under green flag conditions? You've got Benell and Crownover. Pretty much everybody that took fresh tires there. P13 on back. So I would be looking for some absolutely wild moves as we get ready to go green. We'll get this off the screen. We're going to get this out of the way because we don't need that either. The question is, guys, you think we can make it? Are we going to see a green-white checkered here? Or do we finish this thing under green flag conditions? We've got Phipps up front. We've got Sam Green is outside. Double D looking for his first win in the season. Sam looking for his first win in the league ever. Pace car is about to duck off. Just wait to see this fire off real fast. We're in the restart zone. We're gone. Phipps wasted no time once he hit the restart zone. So your Daytona 500 winner, he's looking for a win. He's right there. We'll see if he can get it done. We'll have 5 to go when we come back across the line. And you've got all the... Oh, no! Mike's around again off a net code. We stayed green? We stayed green. How? That was wild. There's cars wrecked everywhere in the front stretch. We stayed green. Crown over crashed. So Phipps is going to lead. We've got 4 to go. Phipps continues to lead. Bowen running second. Dennis is looking for a way around on the bottom side. Can he get to Phipps? We're going to hit 3 laps to go. When we get... Oh, no! Dennis is loose! Dennis down through the grass. That's going to be the race for him. Phipps leads still. Bowen trying to get a run at him. Wow, how the tables have turned. Phipps continues to run the bottom. Benell's trying to get forward. I don't know if he's got enough time. Corn's all over the side of Sam Green. We got JD in a 3-wide situation. Oh my God, and there's a huge wreck in turn 1. What just happened? That was a huge double crash. I got to go back and look at this because you've got Joe and you've got Carter both spinning up at the same time, but I don't think the one with Joe and Benell caused the caution. Watch this one first. JD went to the bottom, drifts up. It pinches Benell. Everybody gets a nice tight 3-wide, which unsettles Joe. I think Joe's loose as hell trying to catch it, and there's just nowhere to go. Oh, my God. They just can't stay off of each other because of it. Joe gets into the outside wall. And then we're going to come back here. And they're in a tight 3-wide. Carter drifts a little bit, comes across Pless's nose, and then just T-bones Savoy. And while we're thinking about it, I want to come back to, I think it was Crownover that was in that wreck earlier. We'll roll this back because he's the only one that I actually had quote unquote crashed. Fatherball was in this. We're going to see what caused this. Yep, about 3 foot of neck coat again. Fatherball goes right around. Oh my God. Might have to get with Fatherball, look at his internet connection, because that's weird. Or at least his PC, see what's going on. But yeah, that changes a lot of things up. We're going into overtime at this point, folks. I think we've only got maybe 13 cars still in it. Diggs, Savoy's been driving a car that has not been nice to him so far today. He's still in it. He's sitting P9 right now. So, but yeah, your current points leader, JD, is sitting 5th. He's going to need to pick up some positions if he wants to be able to hold on to that points lead, because Phipps is right outside of it. Gabe Griffin was there too. Gabe's sitting back in 12th right now. So we'll see how this plays out as we get ready to go green. So you've got Phipps, Bowen, Green, Korn, McHaley, Bennell, Haynes, Weasel, Savoy, and Cap, your top 10. So the Silent Assassin, even though he had front end damage earlier, he's made it into the top 10 at this point. All right. Well, like I said, green, white, checkered time, folks. It sounds like Savoy is rocking a crab back there in the 98. I don't know why we're delayed green. What happened to Carter there? Oh God, he was trying to drive it. Oh my God, that thing is twisted. Wow. That thing was dog tracking worse than anything I'd ever seen. He was crabbed to the right, Diggs. Amanda, no, he did not take tires that I know of. I think the freshest tires are the 22 and the 88 up front. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. Mike, we should get together at some point and look at your machine plus your internet and see what's going on, because that's 2 wrecks with netcode, and I'm just wondering if there's something goofy going on that maybe we need to look at. So all right. Well, we're about to go green flag race and pace car will duck off. We get out of 4 here. Let's see if we can get this thing rolling and finish this thing under green. Keith, thank you for noticing. I've tried really hard to make it look really good. We're green flag racing. As Phipps gets an awesome jump. as we head down into turn number 1. He's got no contest at the moment. Phipps going to pull to the bottom for a second and then swing it back high. Not sure what's up with the lane change, but oh no! Sam ate the wall! We're going to stay green. We're going to finish this thing. All right, so it's Phipps, Bowen, McHaley. Oh no, and then JD gets loose. He saves it. He saves it. I'm not sure how this is going to finish for third place, but it looks like it might be Dennis's. Phipps is going to win. JD's going to cut to the bottom. Dennis gets third place. What happened on that last lap? My God. What in the world? We're going to come back to this because I want to look at a couple of things here before we talk to our top 3. Sam was in that one. We're going to play that from the blimp. Yep, Corn just gets into his left rear. JD becomes the luckiest man alive as Sam eats the wall. And that stays green. And then we're going to come to JD and Benell. We're going to play this through. I just want to see what happened. Oh, yeah. JD just got turned by Benell. Unfortunately, it checks him up just a bit too much. Dennis obviously having the run and the line. So JD with 3 fourth place finishes to start the season, which is quite interesting. Let's see if we can't get an interview with him. All right. Well, let's get our results up on stream. We'll go live here. We'll get the results up. Phipps going to be your winner tonight over Jacob Bowen and Double D. So we'll actually get to talk to some new drivers tonight. JD coming home P4. And we'll see if we can't get an interview with JD here really quick. But right now, we're going to talk to your winner tonight. Andrew Phipps coming home with the win tonight. Had a decent Daytona and then a not so great Phoenix, but you kind of recovered with a win tonight. And I almost think that might put you to the points lead with that.
Well, thank you guys. I appreciate it. I haven't raced in a long time. So just getting back into it, and I felt like I absolutely threw away Daytona and Phoenix. So I really wanted to come back on this one and, just be really cautious and don't do anything to hurt the car. And that was my goal, is just keep it clean. I knew I had a good, fast car, but there's a lot of fast guys here, so it's just a matter of saving tires. I wanted to go as hard as I could, but when I tried, I can't get away from anybody. The draft is so strong that I can't run away and hide. So I just went into tire savings and just try to be there in case we had a long run. Yeah. I think the strategy just worked out. I thought Jesse and Crown over held onto their last set of tires longer than I did, and I thought they were going to come flying by me, but I got lucky. I just head down and ran as hard as I could and just hope they don't catch me.
Yeah, I think I was kind of thinking the same thing. Like, I saw you stay out, I saw all those guys go in, and I'm like, man, he's either saved good or, you know, it's going to come down to, you know, a dogfight. And obviously there was chaos there the last lap, coming off of turn 4. So I think, you know, that kind of slowed up the guys with fresh tires, probably helped you out a little bit there. But we saw you and Jesse go back and forth, and even you and Crownover go back and forth for quite a lot of laps, driving awfully hard. But it looked like you balanced the tire wear pretty good.
Yeah, we're all on the same Hendrick team, so we don't want to hurt each other, but nobody wants to let the other one lead. So it was really fun. We're all running as hard as I could. Crownover came up there in the beginning, and he was flying. And,
oh yeah,
this track's kind of hard. Like I didn't want to run the outside lane. I wanted to run the bottom to save my stuff. But guys get such huge runs on me, I didn't want to let them get to the outside of me. So I typically would give them the bottom.
right.
And I knew it was really hard to pass down there. And Crownover just drove it in a mile and hammered the throttle and went right by me. So I was like, okay, I can't fight that.
Well, it kind of seems too, it all depends on how hard you drive it in and if the car sets just right. And then you can just hook it. We noticed that with Dennis tonight even.
Yeah, if you do it right, it's really fast. And if you do it wrong, you got to lift. Or it jumps sideways on you. So,
yeah.
It was funny. I really wanted to lead the most laps. It was kind of a goal to try and get some points for leading laps. But when you lead, the clean air on the nose kills the rear tires.
Yeah.
So Jesse led for quite a while there, and I just stayed really tight on his back bumper, and it makes it even worse.
Well,
he got really loose.
I kind of wondered that because we saw him all of a sudden just drop and like slow up to kind of fall back in line. And I was thinking, I'm like, man, this is almost like an 87 at Talladega or Daytona all over again.
Yeah, if I let him relax up there, he could save his tires. He's really good. He's smart. He knows how to take care of his stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But if I put my nose 2 feet off his left rear quarter panel, he's got to go, and it makes the car really loose. So, yeah, I didn't help him, but his right rear was gone.
Oh, I'm sure. So, well, congrats on the win tonight. Like I said, you kind of turned around your season. Like I like to say, it doesn't really start until you get to Vegas, to me. Like, Daytona is a crapshoot. Phoenix is just one of them weird ones that you could have just an off night. But, you know, to me, the season starts about right now.
I want to say congrats to Jacob, ran second. I ran him over at Phoenix. I had fresh tires and he was on old tires, and I did not mean to run him over, but I ruined both of our races on that one. So I'm really glad he got a good finish, and I want to apologize him in front of everybody.
I remember looking at that replay thinking that was a hard hit.
Yeah, it was huge. I had the car to beat, and I just completely threw my race away being impatient.
Yeah, that's the way it goes sometimes, right?
Yeah, well, it's terrible when you wreck one of your guys. So.
Yeah, it's not always fun. I've been in that situation myself, so I get how it goes. But anybody you want to shout out before we let you go?
I just gotta thank you guys for putting on these broadcasts, and man, I love this league. It's so fun. These cars are a blast to drive. The setup was great. You could kill the right front or you could kill the right rear. It kind of puts it in the driver's hands. It made it a lot of fun, and this is it's a track where you can't really get away from each other. It's almost like racing at Atlanta, the new Atlanta. You know, everybody's really close, and it's hard to run that close with the car so wiggly and not run over each other. So these guys did a great job.
Yeah, I definitely think so. And you know, obviously you did the best job of all, pulling off the win tonight. Like I said, I'm pretty sure, I was kind of doing some math in my head, I think you might walk away with the points lead after this one. So well,
it's a long season. I'm gonna try and repeat this. Just keep my nose clean. Don't do anything stupid.
Yeah.
And hope the strategy pans out.
That's the main thing. So, well, like I said, congrats, Andrew, on the win tonight, and hopefully we get to talk to you again next week.
Awesome. Thank you. Can't wait to see the broadcast. Appreciate it.
Yep. All right. Well, that was your winner. We're gonna go ahead and grab second place. Oh, where did I put him? Somehow I moved that. I don't like that. Good Lord, people are moving around. Second place tonight, Jacob Bowen. You had a damn good Daytona, a not so good Phoenix, and you pull off a second place here tonight.
Dude, don't ask me how.
I there were a couple of times I was wondering, but I mean, you drove well all night. We saw that. You stayed out of pretty much everything, and then you make it through the chaos that's there. Right there at the end, coming off of 4 as we get ready to take the white flag. And I thought you were going to have something for Phipps right there at the end.
I thought I had something for Phipps. I just needed that restart to go better, but he was going about halfway in the box, and so I predicted he would go halfway in the box again, and he went almost as soon as we entered that restart box and was gone, man, and I had nothing I could do about it.
Yep. I was going to say, I was watching you guys, and he played with a restart, which you're allowed to do. We got the restart zone. And I had a feeling with a green-white checker, you'd be crazy to not go as soon as you hit the line.
Yeah, and I mean, he knew what he was doing too down the backstretch when he went down way down the inside, and then basically I fell for the oldest trick in the book and tried to go low, which is when he took his regular line back low, and I just got tight and lost all that room to him.
Yeah,
I had nothing I could do there.
It seemed like the arrow really played into that.
I don't know what it was. It was weird. He came back down, and it felt like the nose just stopped turning. But I that was almost all night. I felt like the right front tire just didn't want to drive the car down in the corner. You really had to use that right rear, otherwise it wasn't turning.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like you were smoking the ever living crap out of the right rear tonight. It didn't matter who it was, and if you overdrove your exit, the wall was your friend.
Yeah, me and Barry are great acquaintances now. I can personally say that the wife and kids are doing well.
I like it. Well, like I said, second place on the night tonight. Obviously you won Daytona, had an off week last week, which it's Phoenix. Let's be honest. It's probably one of the weirdest tracks that we drive all season.
Yeah, last week was a nightmare. We were doing good, and then turns out Phipps braked a lot later in those corners than I did.
Yeah. I think that's what saved his tire quite a bit. But like I said, second place, that's not bad. You'd like to get another win, but I think this was a solid points night for you, especially after Phoenix. And I think it's a long season. Anything's possible. So. Congrats.
Definitely preferable to repeating last week.
Yeah. When you get wrecked that way, it just kind of goes sour. It's like, well, crap. But anybody you want to shout out before we let you go?
Honestly, this one, Kevin Savoy, sorry, my tongue does not work. Big ups to the tire god. He gave me the pitch strategy that eventually ended up in me getting a top 3. Carter, Gary, Diesel, those guys are always fun to hang out with in there, but Kevin really was the one that told me to take tires right there at the end. Obviously, my mom for watching and supporting as always. Be great to be born and be able to do this. It's always awesome. And AJ, you put on a fantastic product as always.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it, but well, I've got some more interviews to get to, so I'm going to let you go. Hopefully we could talk to you again next week, but from the top step instead of the second step.
You know what, man? If I could keep getting second steps, I'll be a happy camper.
I was going to say, if you stay consistent at second, but the winner changes, that's solid points right there.
Yes, sir. Winning Daytona, getting a second here. This is not horrible.
No. I mean, you chalk up, like I said, Phoenix and throw it out the window and keep moving.
We don't like Phoenix anyways.
No,
stupid and weird.
I hate Phoenix, but on that note, bud, congrats on the night. We'll let you go, and like I said, hopefully we can talk to you again next week.
Thank you, sir. Hopefully I get to see you again.
Yep. All right, that was Jacob Bowen. We're gonna get what was originally the other half of the broadcasting crew. We got him in here, third place on the night. Double D, you drove a wrecked pile for I don't know how many laps.
Too many.
It looked like you had a shot at the win, and you just come up a little bit short. Nothing?
No, oh, sorry. It was saving a replay in the middle.
Oh,
But no, I can't complain with third. I mean, there was points in that race where I probably should have finished outside the top 10.
man, when I saw you go down through the grass, I'm like, oh no, it's over. That's Double D's race. We get the green white checker. You're back in it, and then it just looked like it kind of didn't have the drive off the corner of 4.
Actually, 4 was the best corner. With the damage I had, I could actually get back to throttle and hold bottom better than everyone else.
Oh, we could see that. We could see that.
Yeah, I don't. So apparently with this car, if you get 6 minutes of damage and it's all on the right side, or the left side, the driver's side, you're golden.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely seemed to work quite well. And like I said,
I came in, I was like, I'm at 6 minutes. There's my race. I'm
good
like,
God.
I pulled it back out on track, and I'm like, I guess I'll see what this thing does. I didn't want to take a lap at that time.
Right.
Every time I do, we go green flag. So I come out of the pits, and I start passing people left and right, and I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, this ain't right. And then all of a sudden, I'm working into the top 5, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, maybe this is fine. I just got to stay out of like first place and got to stay in a draft.
Well, because the front wasn't bad. It was just that left rear.
Yeah, someone said they could see my left rear tire. I just told them that it was aero helping cool it. Right.
I mean, it wound up working out. So, but you know, especially after getting 6 minutes of damage, I mean, a third place is a hell of a turnaround from Phoenix. That's for sure.
Yeah, I should have got 10th easily, except that big one happened to come into the white, which it should have been a yellow. I don't know why iRacing didn't throw it. The white hadn't been out yet, but iRacing being iRacing.
Yeah, it is what it is. So, but you know, like I was gonna say, we talked about it earlier. And I just told Bowen the same thing. I always like to say the season doesn't start until here, because the other two, it's just weirdness. One's luck. One's how well do you drive the weirdest track in the world. So, you know, third place on the night, not anything to scoff at. Anybody you want to shout out before I let you go?
Well, Brock for the league, you for broadcasting, all the guys in the league. This is always fun. Like, yeah, we had a couple of wrecks tonight, more than probably anyone wanted to, but everyone was still having a good time with it. And I'd like to see us go a green flag run, a long green flag run, where the tires actually start coming in, because I think that is where you'll start seeing the packs and everything kind of spread out a little bit. We never got a chance for that. I mean, heck, we had a portion in that looked more like we were racing New Atlanta, where we were side by side draft racing.
Yeah, it got real tight there towards the end. So, but all right, well, solid third place tonight, Double D. We'll let you go, and yeah, I'm sure I'll catch up with you here in a few.
Go talk to the bridesmaid of fourth place again.
I'm gonna grab him. I texted him. I said I want to talk to you. So we're gonna talk to him, but I'll catch up with you in a little bit. All right, bud.
All right, bud.
All righty. Double D third on the night. We're gonna get the last one in here. The bridesmaid, Mr. Consistency, JD McHaley, 3 fourth place finishes to start the season. Could you write anything more consistent?
Mr. Consistency. I had that race won, dude. Let me tell you something. I took tires with 6 laps to go. I planned my strategy perfect. It couldn't have worked out any better. I went from 15th to 5th in just a couple laps. I had that win, dude. But
you and Jesse were flying through the field, and then just it was like 2 foot of net code on the backstretch. And
yeah, there's a lot of that this race, wasn't there?
Yeah, and yeah, I don't know. It looked like you had it gathered up pretty quickly, but Dennis just had that run right down the backstretch at that point once you guys had to check up to square it up. So
yeah. If I don't get netcode, I maybe I can make a run for it. Maybe not, you know. But I definitely had third locked up. Oh, that's the way it goes. I don't know how I saved that.
Dude, I don't know, because I thought you and Jesse were both dead. I thought you guys were headed for the inside wall in a hurry. So
yeah, he did really good too. I don't know how either one of us saved that. I just would like a race where I can have my Penske teammate not get driven through. That'd be pretty cool. I like working with a big guy.
Well, at one point you guys were what, second and fourth or second and third, I think.
Yeah, for a while there. Yeah. We were working on strategy really good, and it's just he just kept getting the short end of stick of a lot of what I would call preventable incidents.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that's all good. It's still a great race. I know how good Joe is here, and when he was in the lead, I really thought he was gonna be the guy to beat for a while there.
It looked pretty interesting up front. I was thinking that Joe was going to hold it because he was running a great line, and then I think tire fall off happened, and I think he got loose off of 4 at one point, and unfortunately it put it back way too far at that point. But no, I mean, three fourth place finishes. You had the points lead coming in. You're going to drop, I think, to second coming out of here, which isn't bad. It's still early in the season. Like I said, you've got the consistency. What's it going to take to win?
Not getting driven through. That'd be handy. But like I said, I know I'm not blaming him. It's netcode. It happens. So I'm not upset. It's just part of the sim. That's whatever. It was great racing with those guys. I had a lot of fun. I appreciate the pity interview.
Oh, I had to get you in here because it's like you're the most consistent so far, and with 3 4th place finishes, and like I said, you came in with the points lead. It's amazing we haven't talked to you yet. So,
well, maybe one of these days. I'm sure I'll have some good races, some bad races.
Yeah, we got plenty of season left, but I just wanted to find out what's it going to take for JD McHaley to get into that top 3 finally. So,
well, next race is Auto Club.
Auto Club's a good one.
And that's where my teammate's really, really good. Let's see if we can keep him alive.
Yeah, that's true too.
And he's racing really good. I'm really pleased with how Dad's racing.
Yeah, I was gonna say this season he's looked really good. So, anybody you want to shout out before I let you go?
Hi, Dad. Hi, Mom.
Anybody else?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, like I said, good job tonight. Solid 4th place finish, especially after going sideways down the backstretch. Hopefully we get to talk to you next week, and it's in the top 3. But I at least had to interview Mr. Consistency.
I appreciate it, man. A good broadcast as always, man. I'm sure it's a lot of fun to watch.
Oh,
I'm gonna watch it right after this.
I think you'll like it. So, all right, bud. Well, I'll let you go, and I'm sure I'll catch up with you a little bit later.
Yeses.
JD McHaley, everybody. All right. Well, on that note, as of right now, I'm supposed to broadcast the start of the NASCAR season tomorrow night. I have to work tomorrow night, so I think what we're going to do is a race record for that. So hopefully I'll have that up on Friday. We've got NASCAR 3D. We'll have that Friday night. Robin's race is Saturday. And then you've got the second to last race, slow car and fast car, before we go on hiatus. That'll be Sunday night at the usual time. So you're not going to want to miss that. But on that note, everybody, I'm going to get the heck out of here and get some things done before I've got to kick it to bed. So everybody have a great night. We'll catch you all for sure on Friday, possibly tomorrow. So keep an eye on that. And everybody, if I don't catch you till Friday, have a great rest of your week. We'll see you Friday night.